Yo, what is up guys, it is Lost Griff. Welcome back to another video. Today's video we're going to be talking about some unwritten rules of Wizard101 PvE. Now, I'm not going to be talking about PvP in this video, but if you guys want a PvP related video on unwritten rules, then make sure you guys drop a comment and suggest that. Now before the video starts, if you enjoy this content, make sure you go down there and press the subscribe button and press the notification bell. It really helps out my channel, hoping for 1,000 subs by 2023. Let's hope I can get there. But let's get into the video. Alright, now the first thing and most obvious thing about Wizard101 is that this game is not free to play, bro. Let's be real. You know, back in the day, they used to give you those used to give you those commercials, and they would be like, Wizard101 is free with parents' permission, and then they would, you know, like advertise the game to you. Yeah, this game is not free to play. This game is free to play for like 2 hours, and then everything else is pretty much, you know, paid to access. So yeah, if you're getting into this game, prepare to dish out about $10 a month at least. The first rule I see that I feel like most people don't know about, that is unwritten, is most of the time, damage and resist is a much better stat to build than health is. Damage and resist are super important and basically are like percentage multipliers to how much you either resist from your opponent or how much you either do to your opponent. For example, if you have a troll that does 200 and you have 50 damage, you'll do 300. Another rule that's very important is every time your backpack is full, make sure you visit the Wizard City Bazaar and sell your gear. It's one of the most important parts of the game and making sure you stock up enough gold to be able to buy stuff later on. And if you ever max gold and you have backpack space, then make sure you buy things like Calpro amulets or empowers as kind of to bank your max gold, so that whenever you want to make a pet or whenever you need it for another reason, you can always just use those and sell them or give them to a new character you make. Another key trick is using minions later into the game will get your feints hit off or your pips wasted 99.99% of the time. Later in the game, if you're using a minion, you're probably doing something wrong. If you're a beginner and you're just getting into the game, absolutely never pick balance. It is extremely hard to play and it will just give you complete hell.
It's so annoying going second. Like, at least make him use his pips so I can, like, this is how you have to play when you're second. Dude, stop! Ah, this is getting ridiculous, dude. I'm gonna lose it. He's actually stalling me out, dude. He's actually stalling me out. Can you hit me? Please? Dude. Oh my.
Absolutely do not use someone else's feint unless you're hit 1000% kills. Feint is one of the most important PvE buff spells that makes your hits more powerful. Make sure you're aware of that and make sure the fact that you're not going to blizzard for 200 damage through the feints that are set up and try to actually get some chip damage on them. It's not going to work. Just look at this example.
Dude, let's go, Ninja!
Fuck you, kid.
Yeah, good round!
You're adopted.
If you're teaming up for a skeleton key boss, then make sure you have an actual key in your inventory and you guys decide on what to use. If you're going to team up on something like that, make sure you actually can help out. If you're farming a skeleton key boss with someone else's keys, make sure if you get one drop that you use it the next run and then keep going. And don't team up for a long dungeon if you know you're going to have to leave during it. If mom says you have to go get groceries in 20 minutes and you're hopping into Hades, bro, I don't want to be your teammate. If you're questing with someone and you both get a collect quest, a good example of this is the fire gems from Crocotopia, if you know what I'm talking about, then make sure you switch realms and TP back to them whenever you're done. Never, and I mean never, use any Bazaar gear between Zafaria and Imperia. If you're listening to even a little bit of the advice I said earlier, just compare any of these to a literal level 60 piece of gear. If you're with a bunch of randoms and you're not going to be playing with them again, don't randomly decide to use a really long heal animation. Use smaller decks with reshuffle instead of massive decks that have like 40,000 cards you might use once every 50 battles. Here's an example of a deck you should use, and here's an example of a deck you should not use. If you're gonna take 20 plus seconds to take a hit in an easy boss or mob fight, at least let people know. This is a really common one and one used to drive me insane. People who don't read boss cheats and then get mad when someone calls you out for screwing over their time. For example, feinting and making them get rid of a bunch of other traps that aren't feints. Another simple rule that I'll use with the power of visualization is just don't be like this guy. If you're not saving training points for monstrous, colossal, and other enchants like that, then you're doing something wrong. If someone tells you to train Tower Shield in their training point quest video, they don't know what they're talking about. Thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you want more videos like this, please make sure to drop some recommendations in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for, subbing, liking, watching even. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace out.